أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويوم القيامة ترى الذين كذبوا على الله وجوههم مسودة أليس في جهنم مثوى للمتكبرين وينجي الله الذين اتقوا بمفازتهم لا يمسهم السوء ولا هم يحزنون الله خالق كل شيء وهو على كل شيء وكيل صدق الله العظيم. These are ayats from Surah Az-Zomar, the ayah number 60 and 61 and 62. And the ayah number 60, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, and at the day of resurrection, وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, the day of resurrection, the day which the human being, the mankind will stand up again before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, the day of standing up. يَوْمُ الْقِيَامَةِ, the day of resurrection. وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, and at the day of resurrection, تَرَى الَّذِينَ كَذَبُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ, you will see those who lied against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who are they? الَّذِينَ كَذَبُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ, those who lied against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let's look at the ayah, the previous ayat, in order to find those who lied against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those when they say, أو تقول لو أن الله هداني لكنت من المتقين. If only Allah had guided me, I would indeed have been among those who have taqwa. And when they wanted to say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't give them enough chance in order to be a good believer, with this ayah, ayah number 57, they wanted to be excused by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They said that if only Allah had guided us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to them, بَلَا قَدْ جَاءَتْكَ آيَاتِي, nay, my ayats had already come to you in your life. فَكَذَّبْتَ بِهَا, but you denied them. You blind the ayats of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You didn't put your heed on them. You didn't interest with them. فَكَذَّبْتَ بِهَا, you denied them. وَاسْتَكْبَرْتَ, and you were proud. وَكُنْتَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ, and you were among the disbelievers. So you are lying, because when you were living in your life, you were aware about the truth, you were aware about your Creator, and you didn't respect Him, you didn't put your attention on Him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear to you that He is the Creator, and you are now crying that you should have given another chance, or you should be excused because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't guide you. You are not right. You are lying against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah had given you your equal chance, and Allah opened you the way, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made His ayats clear in your presence, but you denied them. And those who denied Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, at the day of resurrection, you will notice them. تَرَى الَّذِينَ كَذَبُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ, you will see them, those who lied against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How we will see them? وُجُوهُهُمْ مُسْوَدَّةٌ, their faces blackened. you will see their face as blackface. وجوههم مسودة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blackened their face because they lied against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. According to Quran, there is no big dhulm, there is no big injustice after lying against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after speaking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and on His behalf without a revelation. If you put yourself in the position of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it means that you want to be God of the people. You want to deal with them as their God. If you change His revelation, if you speak about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without truth, if you lie against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this one of the way of lying about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But also, if you say that there is two God, if you say that there is son of God or wife of God, or if you say that the idols can cause you benefit beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you say that the angels are the daughters of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of these words, all of these statements are lie about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is kidb, this is lie against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it's not true about Allah. He has not any partner. He is the one who controls all the things in this life. So we cannot lie about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed us that everything except Him is creatures like us, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wherever we look, whenever we look, we can see creatures like us in this life. If you look at the sky, or if you look at the earth, wherever you look, you can see humans like you, or animals, or some things which created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever you see, هذا خلق الله, these are the creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So He is the one. But if you put a deity after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, along with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a second deity, so it means that you will choose one of His creatures as a deity. Some choose the angels as deities besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some produced some idols and took them as deities besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And some people took some human beings as deities after Allah Azza wa Jal, besides Allah Azza wa Jal. So in no way you cannot find a deity after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The only solution that you choose one of His creatures as deity after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is kidb, this is lie. You do not have a proof about that. You only at that moment lie about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the biggest injustice according to Quran. فَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ اِفْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا. Who can be more wrong? Who can be more cruel or more injustice than the one